Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel or welcome back to another speed build video. I'd just like to take this opportunity very quickly to thank you all for sticking with me while I had an unplanned 2 weeks off posting content. I have still been posting on Twitter, but it hasn't really been Sims related stuff. I've been playing a lot of Planet Zoo recently and I went away with my husband's family for a few days, so I'm back now. Hopefully this will be me returning for some more regular content, because I know for a few weeks there I was sort of doing 2 or 3 videos a week, and that's what I want to start to get back into again. I've done a few builds off camera that I haven't been too happy with, so I feel like I'm a little bit rusty even though I've only been away for a couple of weeks, so I really want to get back into this. And this was the first build that I'd recorded that I was even remotely happy with. It's not perfect, but it is designed in my head for a single mum and her daughter, so it is a small build. It's 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. I built it in Willow Creek. Obviously you can place this wherever you so wish. I want to apologise in advance. I think I'm getting a cold, so if I sound a bit bunged up, that's why. So I'm very sorry, but I really wanted to get this video out, so if you can cope with my voice for the duration of this video, thank you very much for staying with me. This build was kind of planned. I worked from a reference image from Pinterest. If you are new to the channel, I use reference images for pretty much all my builds, my exterior builds. The interior work I do from my own sort of ideas, but the exterior I always use reference images. And this one was no exception. It's just I think a suburban home that I found on Pinterest, so that's what we used for this build. And it took a bit of tweaking for me to grow to like it enough to actually put it out there. I'll be honest, it was a lot of work, this build, and it doesn't look like it was, because obviously it is a smaller build, and I think I need to start doing some larger homes, you know, just to sort of branch out a bit. I think I've been sort of sticking with 1 or 2 bedroom homes lately, and I think we need to explore the options of, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 bedroom houses as well, because I know a lot of you that play with my homes, or the feedback that I've had is that you have larger Sims families. So I definitely want to start building the larger houses as well. So I'll have a look at doing that. I might have an apartment speed build coming as well. It's a bit back to front. It's a bit me messing around a lot with the interior, but it turns out quite nicely. So I don't know whether I'll upload the build regardless, but I don't know whether to upload the speed build video for it, because it's very messy and I don't know how many people would actually want to see it. I'll post some screenshots of the interior sort of work on Twitter, and I'll do a poll or something, and we'll see how many people actually want to see the video, because it's just very messy. It's scary how long it took me to get back into this, because as I said at the start of the video, I've been playing a lot of Planet Zoo recently. I don't know if that is a game that any of you guys play. It's a wonderful game. I love it, but the building work in that is very intricate, and I got so used to doing that when I came back into The Sims, even when I was trying to work out the camera controls, I was all over the place, and finally I got it. So I thought, let's just pop up a quick little home and just try and get back into the sort of swing of things. As you can see, I skipped me attempting to work out the floor plan because it took a very long time. Considering the size of this build, the floor plans always stump me. If you know me and if you know my building style by now, then you know that I struggle with floor plans. If you're new, I struggle with floor plans. So more often than not, you will see me leave it out of a build, especially when it takes me such a long time to figure out. If it's easy, then I'll leave it in the video, but it was just me messing around with it, so I thought, I'm just going to leave it out. Nobody wants to see that. So with the interior of this build, I wanted to keep it quite fresh, quite young, quite homey, and I think we achieved that with this. You know, there's elements of sort of older styles in there as well as sort of more modern styles, but I think it works. considering the Sims that I envisioned living in this house, it's probably a younger single mum and her daughter as well. So I took that into consideration when I was designing the interior of this build as well. And the living area, it's okay. And I think we'll leave it at the word okay, and you will see what I mean in just a minute. The kitchen is quite cute, I think, and putting the stacking washing machine and tumble dryer in there I thought was a nice touch as well. What I didn't find a nice touch was I was laying in bed last night, and after I'd uploaded this build to the gallery, I had realised that I hadn't put any laundry baskets in the build. I hadn't put a washing line out, nothing. So when you do download this house, if you could just pop a laundry basket in one of the bathrooms or a bedroom, wherever you like really, that's all you'll need to do, I promise. I always manage to forget one thing, and this time it was the laundry baskets, and I'm so sorry. So if you don't mind downloading this house and putting in a laundry basket, then this house is for you. So we used this cute little end table from Cool Kitchen Stuff with the cookbooks, which I thought was quite a nice touch. I can just imagine the mum and daughter saying one Sunday afternoon, oh, should we bake something? And they run over and get a cookbook and bake something together. That's the cute little sort of story that I had in mind for this family, really. So this is the living area. There was a lot of indecisiveness when it came to this, but what else is new? With colour schemes, furniture placement, pretty much everything. I wanted to keep the sort of cream, wood and teal kind of colour scheme running throughout the build. Obviously that rug ties in, I know it sounds silly, but it ties in nicely with the washing machine and the dryer because it's pretty much the perfect swatch. But again, keeping it quite young, keeping it fresh, keeping it homey at the same time. So that was what we went for with this. There's a lot of indecisiveness with what picture to put there. I think that picture's from is it the fitness stuff pack? And I actually found it in one of my last speed build videos. And I remember thinking, I need to use this again because this is a nice picture. And I always forget the swatch that I'm looking for when I'm going through the catalogue, but I'm getting okay with it now. So we don't keep that there. We replace that with, I think, 2 pictures from City Living, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I think we do. And obviously just putting some curtains in and a bookshelf from the Eco Lifestyle pack in the corner. And I think we also put a chair in front of that as well. I think, don't quote me. This build was very, for some reason, difficult for me. I think it's because it's my first real build since coming back and I was just trying to get the hang of it again. So I am very sorry that this is a bit all over the place and probably more lengthy than it needs to be, but hey, you know, at least we get to hang out and chat for a little while, so that's nice. I just speaking of that, I don't know why this has just reminded me. So if you do follow me on Twitter, and if you don't, please consider following me because I do mention it quite a lot in my speed builds and what I post on there. So I had posted that I am getting some goldfish in the next couple of weeks. So their tank is now set up. Obviously you have to have the tank set up for a little bit before you get the fish so that the water can settle and everything like that. I don't know the science of it. I just know that that's what you're supposed to do. And I've already named my fish. I don't have the fish yet, but I've already named them. Well, I named one and my sister named the other. So I've named one Pumpkin and my sister suggested Boo for the other one. So we've got Pumpkin and Boo. So naturally I had to buy a pumpkin ornament to go into the tank. So I found one on Amazon for £4.99 and I thought that's really cheap. It looks really cute. I can't wait to put it in the tank. So it arrived in the post yesterday. And I went to put it in the tank and I'm not convinced it's designed to go into a fish tank because it just floated right up to the top. So I'm somehow going to need to figure out a way to anchor it so that it doesn't float to the top. But I was so upset. I rang my husband and I said, the pumpkin that I bought, it doesn't stay in the tank, it just floats to the top. And he found it really amusing because he said it didn't look like it was meant for a fish tank. I'll post a picture of it somewhere so that you guys can tell me what you think where you think it belongs, because in my head that looks like a fish tank ornament, but obviously it's not been tested, because if it had been, then it wouldn't be floating. Anyway, that's my rant over for the video. That's that. Let's go back to the build for a minute. So the bedrooms in this house are on the smaller side, but again, considering the Sims that I thought would be living here, I think it works well. And the fact that it has 2 bathrooms as well, I think is quite good, really, because maybe the daughter is either a child or a teenager, so obviously she's got her own bathroom as well, so that works out quite nicely. So we're just sort of putting in some cute little bits here and there just to make it a bit more homey. If you are returning to the channel, then you know how much I love decorating children's rooms in The Sims 4. I think they're so much fun, and I just have a really good time decorating them. I think they're fantastic. I think you can just go completely nuts with the colours and the items and the clutter and everything, and I have such a good time with it. So so this is me just sort of having a mess around with the different wallpapers and things. And because the room is on the smaller side, I couldn't fit a desk in, unfortunately. I usually put a desk in with a laptop or something like that, you know, so they can do the homework on. But I figured, I think children can do their homework on the island counters in the kitchen, if I'm not mistaken. Please someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost positive that they can do that. If they can't, that is something else that I've missed out, so I'm so sorry. But if you would like to download this mess of a house, it is available to download from the gallery. My origin ID is RachelPedd. The tray files are linked in the description below. They are available to download from Sim File Share. But thank you so much for joining me here today. The screenshots are coming at the end of the build if you'd like to see how the build looks sort of in game. But thank you so much again, and I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye!